Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees in the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 20 national championships, including the 2024 Women's Swimming and Diving Championship and 2023 football, lacrosse, and men's swimming and diving titles. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest.
The Construction Reduction Sales Event is going on right now at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Greenway Kia is under construction and we need to move the 24s off the lot so the new 2025s at the port can be delivered. So, we're making deals that other dealers won't. New 2024 Kia Fortes are only $149 per month. Make no payments until next year. Plus, we want your trade. Get up to $6,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade. If you have a job bringing home $350 per week, we want to approve your credit. It's the season of new traditions only at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Call 800-NEW-KIAs or visit online at greenwaykiawestpalmbeach.com.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Qualified applicants through KFA, 24-month lease, $34.99 due at signing, 10,000 miles per year, 0 security deposit required, plus tax, tag, and $9.99 admin fee. Negative equity refinanced. 90 days deferred payments. Interest accrues from date of purchase. Discount includes all factory rebates to dealer. Offers don't combine. Expires 12/30/24.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today. Don't miss out on this incredible course. And please, putt responsibly.
PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the South Florida community. That's why they offer military banking products, champion veteran-owned businesses, and provide support to local organizations that empower veterans and their families with the resources they need to succeed. PNC Bank. See how they can help you at pnc.com/military. The PNC Financial Services Group, Incorporated, all rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Be a part of the excitement as the nation's top collegiate place kickers are honored Monday, December 9th at the Lou Groza Award Banquet, presented by the Orange Bowl. Meet the top college place kickers in America, and the area's best prep players and coaches are honored. Guest speaker, former NFL head coach Dave Shula. The Lou Groza Collegiate Place Kicker Award Banquet, Monday, December 9th at the West Palm Beach Marriott. For tickets, call 561-233-3180 or visit lougrozaaward.com.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
I hope your bellies are full. Oh, man. Thanksgiving weekend was great, and the football was even better.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good peep. Oh, man. It is a Monday. It's December 2nd. And here we are, you and I, back at it again, Theo Dorsey, and my guy C-Cat on the other side of the glass, on the ones and the twos. Are the Thanksgiving leftovers still in rotation for you, C-Cat? Did you? It was a road game for you, though, so did you even have enough to take home and keep for this long?
You know, the most controversial thing I do during the holidays, I don't eat leftovers, at all. In general, I'm not a fan of it, but even Thanksgiving or especially Thanksgiving, no thank you.
So you just aren't an anti-leftovers guy. If you go to a nice restaurant, even if it's one of your favorite meals and you have some to go, you just throw it in the fridge and never get to it, or you don't even take it home?
I've gotten better at it. I try. I make the attempt nowadays to take it home with me, and sometimes my girlfriend will take care of it. Chinese food, I've learned to be able to do it. I can eat leftover Chinese every once in a while, but Thanksgiving food leftovers, it doesn't really wet my palate much.
It's not. Honestly, you're right that it's not the. It's never as good as it was fresh Thanksgiving leftovers. There's some people that will argue you until you're blue in the face. Thanksgiving leftovers are even better than the first time around. I'm against that. Mm-hmm. I'm wholeheartedly against that. I think the food is just good in general. I did the ultimate road game by going first to my wife's side of the family in Minneapolis, and that's where we actually had Thanksgiving dinner for a couple of days. And then Friday night, we did a bit of a red eye to Los Angeles to check my pops out for a couple of days, kicked it in California. And then we got back to Florida literally a couple of hours ago, a red eye from LA. So I have absolutely zero Thanksgiving leftovers. I would continue to eat them. I've always professed that this is something that at least can stand for a full week in your fridge, especially if the food is good enough to keep that long. So for those of you out there trying to figure out what that judgment is, the judgment call of when I have to throw this stuff out, hey, you got until 3 nights from now. You got until next Thursday night football that we get that the NFL serves us up, which, by the way, what do we have for Thursday night football? My head has been everywhere, literally everywhere, especially following this wild week of football. Do we have a good marquee matchup, or is it going to be another snoozer?
Pretty sure we have a good game. Yeah, it's Packers-Lions.
Oh, Packers. You're right. The short week Lions-Packers game, which C-Cat, I mean, maybe I'm just the king of segues, sometimes accidentally, which is going to go a long way into painting the picture for who's going to have the number 1 seed in the NFC. Don't look now, but the Packers are still in that hunt. I know there's a lot of heat around the Eagles. I know that the Lions are in pole position, but the Packers, well, they still have a shot at not just getting the division, but the 1 seed. They've got to win Thursday night against those Detroit Lions. And coming off of a weekend where home field in college football, I mean, hey, out of all the rivalry weekend, we had Crash Out Saturday during rivalry weekend with all of the brawls and the tussles, and it was because people were getting beat at their home stadium against rivals. Home field is one of the most sanctified, glorified, held close to the heart things that you can have in any sport, specifically in football, and specifically now in the National Football League playoffs. And this year, more than ever, the 1 seed in both the AFC and the NFC are going to be pivotal to some of these contenders' chances to win a Super Bowl this year, because the competition is stark. The race is going to go all the way down to week 17 and 18. Thank God, C-Cat. I think for the first time in a long time, we're going to have the actual contending teams, the top teams in the league, with something to play for each of the last few weeks, no matter who they're playing against, because the top of each of these conferences, they're starting to get really packed at the top. It's not lonely at the top anymore. It's getting thick at the top. And the Chiefs and Bills, they're going to get down to the wire. The Steelers still in the hunt. And in the NFC, it's like 3 or 4 teams that can contend for the 1 seed. I'm excited.
Yeah, you should be excited. And, changing the playoff format to where only 1 team gets a bye with the extra teams matching up, it's kind of the recipe for that as well.
You need it.
Making number 1 in your conference more valuable than anything else, and the gap between number 1 and number 2 is vastly different between the gap of number 2 and number 3. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that number 1 seed matters for sure. It's great to have your great teams in the NFL with something to play for in weeks 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
When you look at the NFC right now, C-Cat, when you look at the NFC, the Eagles, who just had a huge statement win over your Ravens, they sit at 10-2. The Vikings, who sneakily, the Minnesota Vikings are probably the sneakiest, best version of a 2-loss team this deep into the NFL season that I could ever think of. They're 10-2 right now, but nobody talks about them when you talk about contenders. Their only 2 losses came within a span of like 5 days of each other, when they had the 2-point loss against the Lions and then turned around and had the scheduled loss against the Rams on Thursday Night Football. Other than that, the Vikings are undefeated. They're 10-2 right now with Sam Darnold. They are still in the hunt for the 1 seed in the NFC. And up top in the NFC, you have the Detroit Lions, who are 11-1. They came in the year as the favorites of the NFC. They have proven that they are the strongest team, top to bottom, in the NFC this year. And they even withstood a 5-interception Jared Goff game and pulled out a win in that one. Like, the Lions look really good. The race for the 1 seed in the NFC, wide open. I do think it's a little less important, though, C-Cat, than the race for the 1 seed in the AFC. especially based off of what we saw over the weekend. What we saw the Bills do to the Niners at Orchard Park over the weekend in that, the prancing in the snow game over the Thanksgiving weekend. I cannot believe that we're still letting these guys get away with not putting a roof on their stadium. I cannot believe we're still letting these guys get away with kicking the ball off in those kind of conditions. That is not football what the Bills played against the Niners on Sunday night. It's like backyard turkey bowl BS. Sliding around in the snow. Nobody has a gripping on their feet. You're playing against a team from Northern California. They're cheating. The Bills are cheating. I'll be the one to step out and say it. They're cheating. And do not celebrate me for calling them out for what it is. The Bills, right in front of our faces, are using the elements to their advantage, and I think it's cheating, CCAT.
So you think they're like planting, what is it, a cloud seeding is what it's called in politics?
Probably.
Where you can control the weather?
Yes.
They're shooting chemicals into the sky. You think that's happening?
I believe the Bills have more to gain for controlling the weather than the people that think our government is controlling the weather. I think if you told me there were two options, the government is controlling the weather or the folks that own the Buffalo Bills who want to see Josh Allen, who's the only person in the world built to play excellent, elite, pristine football in the snow, I think the Bills are the ones out there controlling the weather. They should be the ones we're pointing the fingers at. How the hell do we keep letting them get away with this? And that's why I think in the AFC, the 1 seed is more important than in the NFC, and it's most important to one specific team, and that is the Buffalo Bills, who do have the abominable snowman. That should be his nickname, and Josh Allen, who is impervious to any weather conditions, impervious to any situational football. If it's 3rd and long, if it's 4th and short, if it's the red zone, if you're backed up on your own 20 and you need to drive with a minute and a half left, I don't care what the conditions are. I don't care who his teammates are. I don't care what receivers are out there. I don't even think he needs anybody to block for him. Josh Allen is going to be as good as Josh Allen wants to be, and I think that is the most nerve-wracking thing for anybody else in the AFC. I see to you this, CCAT. He's the front runner for the MVP. But the Bills are not the front runner right now for the number 1 seed in the AFC, and that's going to be more important to him and his chance for a Super Bowl shot than what we see as this MVP race thing goes along. I don't even care about that regular season award anymore.
Well, quite literally, they're not the front runner. They don't have the inside track because the Bills have one more loss than the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, but they have the tiebreaker over the Chiefs.
Yeah, so essentially just one game back. They need the Chiefs to not have voodoo devil magic happen on one NFL Sunday that lets Kansas City win a game that they should not.
Are you one of those? Do you think the Chiefs got blessed against the Raiders again? Or did they false start and fumble a snap?
I'm one of those. Yes, when you say one of those in quotation marks, I'm one of those who watched football on Black Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm one of those in quotation marks that saw the Chiefs luck out a win against a vastly inferior opponent where Aiden O'Connell outplayed Patrick Mahomes on national television. I'm one of those.
It's what the Raiders do. It's what the Raiders do. All right? Just like how the Bills, they make sure that their stadium is situated in a way in which you can't just play regular football. They muck it up with the weather conditions. The Raiders, they got some kind of voodoo magic going on, especially when they play the Chiefs, where it's never going to be a blowout, no matter how bad the Raiders are, no matter how good the Chiefs are. And you're going to get scores like 19-17. You're going to have games where, Aiden O'Connell looks better than Patrick Mahomes in spots. I don't care. Throw the results of that out. The Chiefs are 11-1. And the Bills, they needed the Raiders to get that win. They need the Chiefs to stumble over these next 4 or 5 weeks because it matters more to them to have home field through these playoffs than it will matter to the Kansas City Chiefs, who proved to us last year, no matter the stage, no matter the environment, they can win on the road in the postseason. I'm sick of the MVP talk.
Why? Because it's not going in your favor?
No, because we keep on sealing the deal up, right? So at 5 weeks into the season, Josh Allen's the MVP, and nobody can debate about it. 2 weeks later, Jared Goff is the MVP. I mean, how can you not go for that guy? The Lions are steamrolling folks. He's throwing touchdowns left and right. Then he loses it. And then it's Lamar Jackson. And we were having conversations on this radio station here on Theoretically Speaking that, now that Lamar has sealed up his 3rd MVP, he's got to go win a Super Bowl. Like we were giving him the award. And now have we learned nothing from our mistakes of the past? I think there's been like 5 guys who have already won MVP this season in the NFL, Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley included.
You forgot Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold had a little MVP
yes,
run here.
When we were at Heat Media Day, we said if the season stops after this, I think it was after week 4, we said Sam Darnold quite literally is the MVP.
Yeah. If you stop the season now, Sam Darnold is the MVP of the National Football League. Well, if you stop the season now, Josh Allen is the MVP of the NFL. But there's a reason why they don't stop the season early. It's because you need more data points. It's 18 weeks in the National Football League. And I do believe that Josh Allen has a chance to seal the deal early, but it's not this early. That win over the Niners proved to me nothing. I told you in the preseason the Niners weren't going to win enough games to make the playoffs, and that's bearing out. They're not a playoff team. They've been bit by the injury bug. They are first team all cooked, and I don't necessarily feel bad for them because at least they've had their chances in the sun to compete for Super Bowls. Somebody else's chance in the NFC. The Bills, on the other hand, if they want the 1 seed, and if Josh Allen wants this MVP, they're going to have to do it on the road in a couple of weeks at Detroit. Show me in that game that Josh Allen and the Bills can be this dominant, complete team that's able to have their way. Show me it in a dome where you can't rely on weather conditions to save you from playing actual football. Show me it against a top-tier contender where you have to – and again, they beat the Chiefs, right?
Sure did.
They got their asses kicked by the Ravens earlier this year too.
Yeah, but you can that version of the Bills is vastly different from this version of the Bills, isn't it?
It is. It is much different than what they were when they first played the Ravens. But I still have not seen that team be tested by a top contender. The one that has been steamrolling, folks. They had that win against the Seahawks. That was a beautiful win right there. That was a really great job by them. I think DK Metcalf was out that game. I have to go back and look. But I still just need to see it, and I think that it's perfect. This is the perfect stage for Josh Allen. Because when you are the front runner, and I think right now he's the odds-on favorite for MVP. When you are the front runner for the award, and you have your MVP moment against the Chiefs, where you run in the touchdown that seals the deal, and then you have your fun MVP moment, right? The memorable one where he throws the pass to Amari Cooper, catches the lateral in the snow, dives for the touchdown. Amazing play. He's got all of the narrative stuff on his side. Now he has a chance to punctuate it with a win against the Lions on the road. If he doesn't win that game, the Bills finish off the season home to the Patriots, home to the Jets, and at the Patriots. There's no other places for him to put his stamp on that award.
The numbers, when you look at the resumes, you'll see maybe a 5-touchdown day and a 1-interception day.
He might have to. He's going to have to probably do that because there's going to be other guys that have better numbers than him with similar records. So his MVP case is going to start to dwindle if he can't get the Lions on the road right there. Again, that's your chance to prove it. If you're buying Josh Allen MVP odds tickets and stuff right now, you are wasting your money because you're buying it when the price is the steepest. I would give it some time. I would let somebody else sneak up on him. You should have got it earlier in the year. But here we have Jason here in the YouTube chat presented by Prize Picks. Thanks for tapping in, Jason. And Jason says, I'm a Bills fan and I agree. And if you are a Bills fan and you have lived through not just the, 90s, but this Josh Allen experience where you have been on the precipice time after time and he's shown you all the promise and he's been so good and elite, then yeah, you're playing for something much greater anyways. You're not going to be celebrating, during Week 13 based off of a snow game win over a Niners team that is not even poised for the playoffs. You want that Detroit matchup at that point in the season, and you want to see what your guys can do against a real contender.
When you are a fan of a certain team, like the Bills, like the Ravens, you've graduated from being satisfied from regular season wins. Oh, yeah. You just simply have been. Like, the goal is much brighter. We've seen these teams do this before, marquee regular season wins where you feel like you're on top of the world, but you know what the end goal is, and you know your potential is to meet and achieve that end goal. So, I like Justin said, I'm a Bills fan, and I agree, yeah, he should.
And that's the thing, too, is I think we are coming to a place in the sports world where we're being more realistic about things. Yes, you celebrate these wins throughout the regular season. Yes, you enjoy these moments with your team, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. I can only imagine what it feels like, and I kind of know, but I can only imagine what it feels like to root for a guy like Josh Allen, like for that to be the quarterback of your favorite team. And I say I kind of know because I was a Panthers fan and I rooted for Cam Newton, especially in that MVP season where it just felt like no matter the odds, no matter the down and distance, no matter the person lined up against him, I'm a bet on my guy.
Yeah, guy on guy, man on man. I want the ball in Josh Allen's hands no matter who you're putting up against him. I agree.
It was running or throwing the ball. Like, this dude he's insurmountable. He's an unstoppable force, and I get why there's been so much faith on Bills fans in that behalf. It's the same way that I would feel as a Ravens fan with Lamar Jackson. There is something to be said about how disappointed Lamar was following that loss. Like, the Ravens could have, and you could argue should have, beat the Eagles. The Ravens, if you look at all of the games that they lost, these weird losses they've had throughout the year, they should be one of the teams in contention for the 1 seed in the AFC like they had last year.
They certainly should. And
they're better than they were last year, but somehow their record is like way worse.
The elephant in the room is the special teams, and which is a crazy thing to talk about when you talk about Ravens football.
Harbaugh.
Because that is the number one thing the Ravens in the past decade have said, that we are definitively better than whoever we are playing, is special teams.
Yeah.
And now it's flipped on its head where they are definitively worse than whoever they are playing.
I'll ask the question right now. The Ravens are out of it. The Ravens are out of it for the 1 seed. Now they better win these games down the stretch, or they might be, looking at 6-7 seed. And that's not a position you want to be in. I'll ask the question. In the NFC and the AFC, out of the contenders in the NFL, and I'll give a couple of the options because we want to talk about teams that are realistically in it to get the 1 seed. The Bills, the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Lions, the Vikings, the Packers. Out of teams that are in a earshot of the 1 seed in the NFL, who needs it most? Who most needs home field all the way through the route to New Orleans for the Super Bowl? Who most needs that bye week to maybe get a little healthier? And also to have one less game where you might stumble, where you might fall, where you might play somebody you shouldn't be playing a little too close, and something wonky happens. We know what it is like. The football is odd-shaped. It's an oblong object. It can just bounce into the hand. You can have a guy like Chuba Hubbard who's been secure all year long, and he fumbles it on a game-winning drive in overtime, and here we are, the Bucs marching on the victory against the Panthers. By the way, I will say 2 quick things before we ask about the number 1 seeds. The Panthers and the Patriots, both quiet tanking, and I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love it. Their quarterbacks showed the promise down the stretch. They had the drives they needed. You're getting the great data points that you want as a coach, as an offensive staff, as a GM, as a fan. You still feel good about Drake May as a Patriots fan. You feel great about Bryce Young as a Panthers fan. And they lost those games, and you still have a chance to get a top pick in the next draft to help those quarterbacks. Panthers and Patriots, quiet tanking. You can criticize Gerard Mayo for lining up for a 68-yard field goal all you want. Guess what? He's got job security, and he'll have a top 5 pick next year. It ain't going to matter anything else outside of that because Drake May looks good. Back to the topic at hand. Who needs the 1 seed the most in the NFL? Who needs it the most in the AFC and the NFC? I would say in the AFC side, I say it's the Buffalo Bills. On the NFC side, I am going to go with a team that is not in position to win it right now but can push down the stretch, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles need that 1 seed in the NFC. I'll explain why after we take to your calls on the Baptist Health Hotline. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Or hit us up on the YouTube chat presented by Prize Picks at Theo Speaking on YouTube. 888-760-3776. That's the Baptist Health Hotline. Who needs the number 1 seed the most in the NFL right now as we are closing in on that final push for a bye week and home field advantage? The Baptist Health Hotline. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. 888-760-3776. Who needs the 1 seed the most? And is it not Josh Allen and those rumbling, bumbling, stumbling Buffalo Bills who just want to have another snow day? They just want to have another snow day. That's it. I didn't have a lot of snow days growing up. I grew up in Houston, Texas, right? Like in high school, middle school, elementary school. I can't even remember a time it snowed in my childhood in Houston. A couple times when I went back actually in college. But, Hashtag global warming. I did have a few snow days when I was at Hampton University.
Mm-hmm.
I did have a few snow days when I was at my home by the sea, my HBCU, out there in 757 in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And what I will say about snow days, I kind of get it. Whole lot of fun. As long as you're inside, as long as you got a good place to be, like no school, no classes, no rules. We used to set up 2 basketball goals on each side of our apartment and run full court games inside on snow days. Like, and I'm talking about like the Nerf basketball hoops.
Yeah, well, you're like 41, 42, right? So you didn't have like internet college, Zoom calls, all that kind of stuff. So it kind of was just completely
31.
Gone.
You're right, though. I was in college before there were like Zoom classes and stuff.
Right, like no
so
classes.
I predated, yeah.
No class.
Wow, so these days, if you have a snow day, they just make you do virtual class?
Yeah, it's like, here's the PowerPoint of the lecture. Like, take care of it yourself.
That sucks.
Uh-huh.
So do you think they're doing that like for like elementary, middle, and high school too?
Yes. I know in high school, I can speak from family experience. That's how it works. Like, unless it's something you need to be in person for, you can still take care of a lot of your high school work from home.
That's weird. Is this like the Xerox machine? I never had a pager. I tease people that have ever had a pager. I'm like, why the hell would you need a pager? What's the point of a pager if you also have a phone? It just doesn't make sense. You page people before you call them. It just, what are we doing?
Yes,
like I predated the Zoom classes.
Yeah, you predated the Zoom classes.
I
had those snow days in high school where still you couldn't do any work if you were at home. So it was nice. It was nice because did you ever get the 2-hour delay in Houston, Texas?
2-hour delay? What do you mean? Like the school's delayed for 2 hours?
Yeah.
No, because it didn't snow. It never.
Okay, but frost, sometimes freezing rain. In New York, in the Northeast, we would get those often. And that was so bittersweet because you kind of wake up, it's like 6 a.m. and you think you may have gotten a snow day, and nope, half measure. You get a 2-hour delay. So you get to fall asleep and wake up and just do business as usual. Your classes go from like 47 minutes to 32 minutes. They can fit everything in again. It's good, but not good enough when the ceiling is you get to stay home and play Xbox.
Yeah, and you know what? It's funny. When I was teaching, actually, about 4 years ago, before I took this job here in West Palm, I was teaching out in Houston. I've been a teacher on that side of things where instead of doing a full day of school, there was like a shortened day. I forgot why they did it a couple times, but they would condense all your classes.
Like an early dismissal, maybe?
Yeah. Well, same amount of classes, but it was for some reason they condensed all the classes, and I will say, as a teacher, I absolutely appreciated those days. Those days felt way better. Like having a group of kids, instead of 55 minutes, you only get them for like 30. Mm-hmm. And you still get everything else you need to get done. You start to realize how many of these minutes in this classroom are we wasting? Or am I just a bad teacher? One or the other. One or the other. 888-760-3776. We're still taking your calls on who needs the 1 seed the most. Who needs the 1 seed in the NFL the most? Jason in the YouTube chat says Bills. Kansas City seems to win at home no matter how, but it'll be awesome for the Bills to beat KC in the playoffs. So Jason's just a Bills fan, and he mentioned something earlier on, that Bills win against the Chiefs. It just did not resonate in the regular season. We've seen that time and time again. I believe Josh Allen is 3-1 against Mahomes in the regular season, but 0-3 in the playoffs. This is going to be a very telling back end of the season and a historically important playoffs. Think about this, C-Cat. We're either going to get a three-peat out of Patrick Mahomes, or we're going to be crowning one of these contending quarterbacks for their first ever Super Bowl championship this year. It's going to be this is a huge, huge Super Bowl we're going to get in New Orleans in 2025.
We definitely can all admit that it would be massive history if Pat Mahomes won his third Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So if it's not Mahomes hoisting the Lombardi, who would be the least historic, where it would be the least amount of news of a realistic Super Bowl contender right now?
Would it be? I was going to say it would be maybe Russell Wilson and the Steelers because he has that championship, but I think that would lift the profile not just of Russell Wilson, but of Mike Tomlin so high that I think that's going to be a Super Bowl we talk about for years in and years out.
Lions, it's a Lions, so that would be a massive story. Even though Jared Goff isn't that big of a character that we know and love and But
we're not going to start having Jared Goff legacy talk. That's the thing. Like if Josh Allen gets it and the MVP, we're jumping right into Josh Allen legacy talk. If Lamar Jackson gets it, legacy talk is going to start 3 weeks before the Super Bowl even starts. If Lamar's in it with 3 weeks left in the season, we're going to start having a legacy talk. The problem, like, you want a quarterback to win it that you can start saying, okay, where does he measure up against the Dan Marinos? And,
That's you and player-oriented. I feel a lot of people are team-oriented. And I think Steelers, historic team, franchise, adding to their Lombardi total. I believe they will tie the Patriots if they win, or they'll break a tie, whatever. It's close.
It'll be a big deal.
It would be a massive deal. And the Lions breaking that drought,
It'll be a
the
huge
historic losers of the Lions, there's got to be a middle ground somewhere. The Vikings? I mean, I know they still only have 2 losses. And I still don't take the Vikings seriously. I still don't look.
What do we do with Sam Darnold if he wins the Super Bowl?
That's a Nick Foles Super Bowl, even though he had a full season with the team, and Nick Foles had half a season.
Like, that's the problem. The Nick Foles Super Bowl, at least you can, excuse it as to it was a run and not a full season. This is a whole year of Sam Darnold, and they're 10-2, and he might win the Super Bowl.
We want to call Detroit sports fans tortured. Minnesota sports fans are just as tortured, if not more.
Well,
that would mean a lot with the Vikings.
They're not more tortured than Detroit Lions fans.
Well, the Detroit Lions fans are probably Michigan fans. They just had a national championship. So you know what?
That doesn't count. Well, at least they've got the Golden Gophers and Anthony Edwards out of Minneapolis. 888-760-3776. Who needs the 1 seed the most in these playoffs? And also, which quarterback / team can win a Super Bowl this year, and it would be the next best story behind a Chiefs three-peat? We know the biggest story in sports for some time would be Mahomes and the Chiefs completing the three-peat. It is a unprecedented run. It's never been done before. But what is the second best story that can come out of this Super Bowl in New Orleans? And is it not Jared Goff getting one for the Detroit Lions? A discarded quarterback, rejuvenated under a new regime, getting a Detroit franchise, something that they've never had. He's already gotten them close. That would be huge. We'll see. We'll talk about that on the other side. Plus, it was Crash Out Saturday in college football. I've got to talk about what the one thing is we need to protect the most. This is something that is sacred. It is something that keeps that sport alive. And if you try and litigate it out, I will boycott college football. We'll talk about that on the other side. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. It's a Monday, and we're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hi, Kevin Dalton here from the Unlimited Auto Wash. Rainy season is upon us. What a great time to join our $44.95 Unlimited Inside and Out Club and use any of our 6 locations. Find a location near you at unlimitautowashclub.com or call 561-WASH-ME-TOO.
Habitat for Humanity of Greater Palm Beach County invites you to rediscover the Restores. Donate your new and gently used items or shop for great deals up to 60% off every day. Sales of donated items help Habitat for Humanity partner with local families to build and repair safe and affordable homes in our community. They are now offering easy online scheduling and faster pickup times. Schedule today with any of their 5 locations or visit habitatgreaterpbc.org to learn more. That's habitatgreaterpbc.org.
Time now for a PNC pause. PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the lives of the customers they serve in the South Florida community. See how at pnc.com. You're listening to ESPN 106.3.
The construction reduction sales event is going on right now at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Greenway Kia is under construction, and we need to move the 24s off the lot so the new 2025s at the port can be delivered. So we're making deals that other dealers won't. New 2024 Kia Fortes are only $149 per month. Make no payments until next year. Plus, we want your trade. Get up to $6,000 over Kelly Blue Book fair market value for any trade. If you have a job bringing home $350 per week, we want to approve your credit. It's the season of new traditions only at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Call 800-NEW-KIAs or visit online at greenwaykiawestpalmbeach.com.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Qualified applicants through KFA, 24-month lease, $34.99 due at signing, 10,000 miles per year, 0 security deposit required, plus tax, tag, and $9.99 admin fee. Negative equity refinanced. 90 days deferred payments. Interest accrues from date of purchase. Discount includes all factory rebates to dealer. Offers don't combine. Expires 12/30/24.
What's the Anajar Levine difference? When you're injured in a car crash, we focus on your case so you can focus on the one thing that matters most. getting better. I'm Glenn Levine with Anajar Levine. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Hi, this is Blaine Isbell, Corporate Vice President of Team IP. For over 30 years, Team IP has been a national leader in decorated apparel and promotional products. National corporate brands and 22 college bowl games, including the Boca Raton Bowl, make Team IP their partner of choice. Team IP, located right in our community in Stuart, is a proud partner of ESPN West Palm. Contact me anytime at 877-821-8643 or head to teamip.com and take the first step in making Team IP your team to boost your brand.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with Hank and Sam from the Ford crew. Today, a new shipment of inventory.
Hank, what's going on?
Another hauler full of new Ford trucks and SUVs, Sam.
So much SUV capability. Is that?
Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 47 years. And a big selection means...
Big savings?
Yep, which means...
It's the best time to buy?
Well done, Sam. And time for America to get holiday ready with Ford.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY Industry reported total sales.
Experience the ultimate blend of luxury shopping, dining, and entertainment at the Gardens Mall. Just 1 mile east off I-95 on PJ Boulevard, this premier destination offers a mix of high-end brands, trendy retailers, and delicious dining. The mall's award-winning architecture, fine art, and lush landscaping create a stunning backdrop for interactive experiences and events. Whether you're shopping for the latest trends or enjoying the vibrant atmosphere, the Gardens Mall is Palm Beach County's top shopping and lifestyle destination.
When it comes to choosing a health plan, you can trust the members who have experienced it firsthand. Humana is proud to offer a Medicare Advantage plan in Florida that earned 5 out of 5 stars. 5 stars is the highest rating possible. It's based on real members' experiences, and it's decided by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Our Humana Gold Plus HMO earned 5 out of 5 stars. That means a few things. It means members get outstanding customer service. It means we connect them with excellent preventive care and chronic condition support. Most of all, it means you have a trustworthy option for a Medicare Advantage plan. Explore our 5-star Humana Gold Plus HMO at humana5star.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Every year, Medicare evaluates plans based on a 5-star rating system. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
If you were like me and you were on the road visiting family for Thanksgiving, then you probably realize, oh, some of these apps, they're not working. I want to watch the football. I want to watch the basketball. I want to, put some skin in the game on some of this action, and none of the other apps were working. You know what app didn't let me down? No matter when I traveled to Minneapolis, Minnesota to visit my wife's side of the family, or also out in Cali, in LA. We kicked it in Compton. We got a little bit of everything out that way. And you know what? Prize Picks was there for me in all of my journey, in all of my travels, and of course it works back home here in Florida. Prize Picks is the #1 daily sports fantasy app. More than 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings so far. You can win up to 100 times your cash with as little as 4 correct picks. So what are picks on Prize Picks? I'm glad you asked. They're just player projections. They're stat projections. So on Thanksgiving, there was this amazing one with Tyreek Hill, more than 0.5 receiving yards. Yeah, he got that. Mm-hmm. He got that. There's all kind of other stat projections. There's a lot of different, promotions. There's Flex Fridays. There are other times when Prize Picks just says, hey, you know what? I'll throw you a bone. $10 protected play.
Maybe a Taco Tuesday, lower some numbers in the NBA.
Come on, a discounted project. I love a good discounted projection, and all you're doing is hitting more or less on points, rebounds, assists. Maybe if you're talking basketball, if it's football, receiving yards, rushing attempts. You can put more on a guy's passing attempts. Receiving targets,
Fantasy points.
Fantasy points. Maybe you think that this receiver's really good. His quarterback stinks, but he'll at least get the ball thrown to him a lot because he's that good. Receiving targets. There you go. He ain't got to catch the ball.
Exactly. You can lead the horse to water. You can't make him drink. Hey, just throw the ball. Doesn't matter if you catch it.
And you know what? Everybody drinking, eating good on Prize Picks, especially if you use promo code THEOD. Promo code THEOD. That's my name. THEOD. It's right here in our Prize Picks YouTube chat. Free $50 once you play a $5 lineup on Prize Picks. Again, it's that simple. It's that simple. You submit an entry, you give yourself a chance to win some big bucks. And it also works in college football as well. Speaking of college football, CCAT, when people use Prize Picks to run their game, when they did that all weekend long through the college football slate, I wish that there was a player projection or a stat projection on fights. Because it seemed that from the start, I don't remember who the first team to fight was. Was it at the game? Was it Michigan and Ohio State? I think there was a fight before that.
Yeah. Well, that was a noon kick. So odds are the fight would have to take place on Friday night. I was locked in on the Georgia game that night. I think
there
that
wasn't
was
a tussle in
the
that
first.
one. Was there a tussle in Georgia Tech? I don't think so.
Like football overload over the weekend. It happens every single year where you can sit down from Thursday until Sunday night at midnight and just absorb all of the football. Some of these games blend together.
So here go the fights that I have documented. I have it in a notes tab because that's how committed to this I was. I love the amount of care, the amount of, oh, hell no, that was going on in the air in college football. I absolutely loved it.
Or you to drop whatever you're doing. They're not putting that flag down.
Come on, like
sprint across the field.
There were multiple times on Saturday that I actually jumped up and stood in front of the screen, like on bated breath, like yeah, rooting it on. And my wife Ashley, who's in there with me, halfway paying attention, like, what's going on? Is it a touchdown? Is it a big play? Said, nah, they squabbling again, baby. Like, get them. Like, it was a good time. It was a good time. Miami should have maybe fought Syracuse. Maybe we would have got a win in that one. I don't want to talk about that. Here goes the fights that happened. Michigan, Ohio State, we all saw that one. That's what's up on the Prize Picks stream right here. By the way, I'll name the fight. You tell me if you had a problem with it. This one, the Michigan-Ohio State fight, CCAT, I absolutely loved it. If you're Michigan and this is your Super Bowl, you're not making it to a big bowl game. You're not making it to the championship game. All you care about now is beating Ohio State in Columbus, and you get it done, damn right, plant the flag. And if they got a problem with it, then beat their ass just like you did on the football field. I'm cool with that.
So you're cool with the flag plant, but Michigan never instigated a fight.
No, they didn't. They don't have to. Ohio State was so offended by the sensibilities of the Michigan Wolverines for dare thinking that they would plant their flag. This is all they have to play for. Ohio State, you have a college football playoff to get ready for. This was Michigan's Super Bowl, and they won it. I'm cool with them planting the flag. I'm also cool with the Buckeyes' response to it. What I'm not cool with is the police officers getting in there and pepper spraying people. Hey, keep your hands out of this. Let the football players and the coaches decide it, all right? Let them hit each other until they blue in the face. I don't care. That's what rivalry football is about. I'm excited about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the sky cam, the wide angle of this conflict is very funny. It looks like if you've ever watched Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings, so a big battle where you kind of are standing on the cliff and you see one horde go after the other.
Yes.
You saw Michigan solo at midfield, at the 50, planting the flag by themselves.
I love a flag plant, too, because you go, ooh, you sway it left and right a little bit there. You got to give it a big, you give the other team time to check it out. Then you pull it back. Boom. I just want to be a part of one flag planting. That's all I ask. So any high school football teams thinking about doing that soon, maybe Kaiser, if y'all want to do that soon, let me know. Give me a heads up. I'll be there. I'll help you plant the flag.
But how do you do that and actually stick the flag? It's got to be almost like a shiv at the bottom where it's pointy, where it goes in the ground and stays in the ground. Because I don't like when it immediately falls over because you kind of have just a,
it's kind of weak
PVC pipe into turf. It doesn't stick by itself.
That's when you got to work with your cheer team and your whoever, because I'm guessing they're grabbing this flag from the cheer team guys that run it around after you score a touchdown. You got to work with them and tell them, like, hey, near the end of the game, you start shivving that thing up, man. You start working on it.
It becomes a weapon. Be careful when you get into a fight like that. That's why another one of the fights that you're going to bring up, and I'll open the door for you now, the pitchfork works perfectly for Arizona State. That is the perfect thing to stick at midfield because you're putting a fork in the team you just beat in the rival at midfield.
Yes.
It works as a double standard.
It's like, try me if you want to. Right? This trident is still in my hand. It's still in my grasp. All right, so there were 8 fights. Michigan, Ohio State, NC State, UNC, Arkansas, Missouri, Auburn, Alabama, Good Iron Bowl fight. That can get dangerous. Notre Dame, USC. By the way, we went to a Roscoe's after not after the game. We just went to one to go eat, and there was a bunch of like USC and Notre Dame people come in. I was like, oh yeah, we are right here by the LA Coliseum. So we got some pour over. In fact, the USC cheerleader and her family pulled up in there and was eating with us, and I was like, hope you kept your distance.
So Roscoe's is like a place to eat in California?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, a few different spots. We were at the one closest to the LA Coliseum. I forget the area it was in, but I digress. ASU, Arizona. We talked about that one, the Trident plant. Love it. Florida State. I'm just glad that the Noles have some fight left in them.
Yeah.
You got to, if I'm Norvell, I'm like, go get them, fellas. Like, there's nothing else going on here. Most of y'all going to transfer out anyways. Have at it.
No one beats Florida State 10 times in a season. Like no one wins the 10th. Exactly. That's where the line was drawn for Florida State.
And it happened in what do you call it? Tallahassee, state's capital. So that was great. And then Texas A&M, which again, that didn't have as much fire to it to me. But you have all of these fights in college football, and a lot of them are centered around something that I think we should hold sacred in the arena that is college football. And because it all happened on the same weekend, I have a bit of worry inside that there's going to be a push to legislate out the flag planting. And I'm here today, Theo Dorsey, in a nonpartisan push as a innocent bystander to just make my plea to whoever is in charge of this. And I know we gave out, sanctions and fines to the teams for fighting and all of that. Yes, you deserve to be punished if you're out there fighting. What I don't want them to do is to remove the flag plant from college football. I want that to continue to be a tradition that teams are able to do, especially against your rival, especially when you win a game like that in hostile territory. You've been having to hear it from them all week long on social media. You've been having to hear it from their fans. You heard it at midfield before the game. You've been going through it, and you earn the right to plant your flag in the away team stadium, especially if it's your rival, if you go out there and get the job done. Buckeyes, if you don't want the Michigan Wolverines to plant that big-ass M at midfield on top of that O, how about you do something about it in the 60 minutes prior? Same thing goes for Florida and Florida State, for Texas and Texas A&M, for Arizona and Arizona State. If you don't want it to happen, especially at your home stadium, do something about it when the whistle's still blowing. If not, you got to suffer the circumstances. And I'm also okay, C-Cat, I'm also okay with that team then having a problem with it and scuffling at midfield. Do your thing. But then there needs to be some consequences. I don't want us to start fining teams, though, for the flag plant, because I do believe that's going to be the next step for the NCAA.
Yeah, it's almost going to be like how in the NBA, in order to prevent the amount of brawls there were, they said if you leave the bench or in college basketball, like that's the only thing. Like even if it's to break up the fight, you could be having the most pure intentions in the world, but if you leave the bench when things get tough on the court, no, you're going to be ejected as well. It's almost like trying to rip it out root and stem.
Right.
But I take away a lot of the kind of the purpose of all this. I agree with you with the flag plant. I think that should be an honored tradition in all of college football. I think it's awesome. I think that in terms of sport, football is the closest to war in sport.
Yeah,
and I think that planting the flag is dotting the I and crossing the T in that analogy in a beautiful game, that it's closest to warfare. And I think we walked into your stadium and we beat you here, and we now own it for the day. I think that's a beautiful thing. I don't think you're allowed to get salty and start instigating violence.
You shouldn't. You should not. I'm not going to tell you how to respond. In life, you only get to create. In life, it's all about how you act or react. You don't get to control what other people do. It's about how you respond to it. If you want to respond in that way, then you are putting yourself in harm's way when it comes to penalization, suspension, and everything like that. And fines. I'm cool with that, though, because it's your choice. But I don't want the NCAA to crack down on the actual act of flag planting to act as if that's the thing that's inciting the response. That's the issue I would have.
And it is.
It is.
But that's not the fault of the flag planter. It's almost like how taunting should not be a rule in the NFL just because it might lead to violence because someone's going to get their feelings hurt. No, these are grown men. And now they're getting paid in college. These are young men. These are adults playing football. The war takes place in those 60 minutes. plant the flag, game's over. You got to control yourself and not instigate violence, try to push, shove, and throw punches. That's on you.
And also, hey, I got an idea. You had a chance to stop them from planning before the game kicked off.
Exactly. You can light somebody up and accept the 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, you had all your opportunities. So don't act like the flag planting is the problem. You know who else agrees with us? Starting quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are still in the running, despite all the injuries, despite the setbacks for the Bucs, still in the running for the NFC South, Baker Mayfield.
College football is meant to have rivalries. It's like the Big 12 banning the horns down signal. Just let the boys play.
Let the boys play. He said college football is meant to have these rivalries. That is what separates it from the NFL. We'll never get this in the National Football League.
No, everyone's getting paid there.
Yeah.
You know what? They're kind of in that club.
No. Yeah,
There's some hatred between individual guys. Like we've seen that conflict before. But team on team, it's few and far in between where you have an intense rivalry between full sides where it's like war.
And that's what we get sometimes in college football. And as long as it stays on the field, as long as it does not seep out into anything extracurricular following the games, it's perfectly fine. And from what I know right now, it hasn't gotten to that level, and it won't. These players understand what's at stake. They also are in the heat of the moment, and they were also, if you're the Michigan Wolverines or any of the winning teams in a rivalry weekend that you did it on the road, you are, again, like you said, putting the stamp on your victory. You deserve that moment. I don't want y'all legislating that out. Baker agrees. If I'm ever on the same side as Baker Mayfield on something, then damn it, we must both be right.
It's ceremonious.
Yeah.
It's like in March Madness when a team gets to grab their name and put it on the next spot of the bracket. It is ceremonious. It's victorious. It's incredible.
Yes.
You should be able to plant your flag, especially during rivalry week.
What's the life analogy of someone planting a flag?
So just a different profession?
Like in regular life, is there a way to like, it's hard to even create a scenario in which somebody would have an opportunity to plant a flag on you in life, because you're not just like competing with people you're walking around with.
Yeah, I would say so. They're few and far between. That's why I use the war analogy, where war isn't a part of our day-to-day lives, where we can kind of play in this sandbox and reenact as if we're going to war every single Saturday, even though we're just playing a game of football.
You know what it's like when we beat Colin Russo and my guy Mike Rizzo in Punchline Picks? We'll plant a theoretically speaking flag right behind them for the rest of their shows going through like the next month or so. That's what we'll do. I know we're behind right now, but I'm calling my shot as things heat up in Punchline Picks. Things ain't heating up out here. It's not heating up in the atmosphere. In fact, it's getting cooler and cooler, which is a beautiful thing. But for when they do heat back up, you're going to want to tap in with EDSIsYes.com. EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDSIsYes.com. That is the website to go to. They are your trusted AC experts right here in Palm Beach County. All right? Like, they've got a 4.8 star Google rating with over 760 reviews, right? They've been keeping you cool since 2006. It's been the reliable source for you with 24/7 support, with timely service, and most importantly, you can book it online. EDSIsYes.com. AC and plumbing needs. EDSIsYes.com. I just had my system serviced by them. Great news. Great news. No problems.
What was installed by the pros? Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this was my EDS installed gear that I got back in May. 0 issues. Flushed everything out, made sure everything was good, checked all the lines. We are perfectly fine. We'll be good to go, and that's because we are locked in, a gold plan member with EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDSIsYes.com. Sign up today. Be just like me. Book an appointment around your schedule. C-Cat on the other side, I will address the elephant in the room. Dave Geruda jumped in the YouTube chat, and he's talking Miami Hurricanes. He's talking about them blowing their chance at a spot in the college football playoff. Not only am I going to tell you how the Canes still have a way in the 12-team playoff, I'll tell you exactly why I hope they don't get in. That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey with Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Habitat for Humanity of Greater Palm Beach County invites you to rediscover the Restores. Donate your new and gently used items or shop for great deals up to 60% off every day. Sales of donated items help Habitat for Humanity partner with local families to build and repair safe and affordable homes in our community. They are now offering easy online scheduling and faster pickup times. Schedule today with any of their 5 locations or visit habitatgreaterpbc.org to learn more. That's habitatgreaterpbc.org.
Festive fun is back on select nights. At Palm Beach Zoo, there's family fun. It's the best date night. Oh, Zoo Lights cheer here at Palm Beach Zoo. Oh, what fun it is to save wildlife at the zoo. Hey!
Zoo Lights, presented by Florida Power and Light Company and Discover the Palm Beaches, Florida. Get your tickets today at pbzoo.org/zoolights.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Hi, I'm Michael Manzo, owner and founder of Manzo's Italian Deli, and
Stop, Dad. After 20 years, people are tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, and your lame-ass commercials.
Fresh prosciutto, mozzarella, outstanding.
Oh, please.
There's only one reason Manzo's is voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. Our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Manzo's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Manzo's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
we also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
Hey, it's Tina. The Pickleball Club of St. Lucie West is now open. Join an amazing club that offers indoor championship quality courts and premium amenities that enhance your game. Whether you're new to pickleball, like me, or an experienced player, young or old, the Pickleball Club's world-class experience is more than just a game. It's a community where you can play, dine, and make new friends. Memberships are now available. Visit thepickleballclub.com for more information and to schedule your tour today.
Make poker playing hours work for you at Harrah's Pompano Beach Casino's No Limit Hold'em. $1 million break the bank. Play at any qualifying table to garner 150 hours and qualify for January 29th Break the Bank tournament. Finish at #1 for your shot to win $1 million. Play poker at Harrah's Pompano Beach Casino. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Powerline Road, Pompano Beach at the Pomp. Must be 18 or older for poker and simulcast. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey golf fans, Colin Russo here. Looking to improve your game? Flagstick Golf Performance, the ultimate indoor golf experience, is now open in Boynton Beach. With 3 indoor simulators and a state-of-the-art putting studio, Flagstick helps players at all levels up their game. Get lessons from experts, try the latest clubs, or just come up for a round in the simulators. You can track your stats and see real improvement. Flagstick is where serious golfers and beginners find their edge. Bring your friends or family and enjoy golf like never before. Visit flagstickgolfperformance.com to book your session.
Join us on Tuesday, December 10th for the YMCA of the Palm Beach's 15th annual prayer breakfast at the Breakers Palm Beach, featuring PGA Tour professional and Jupiter resident Ricky Fowler as the keynote speaker. All funds raised at the prayer breakfast provide children and families in our community with vital programs such as swim lessons, aquatics camps, and senior wellness classes. This inspiring event is a celebration of community, faith, and generosity. Tickets and sponsorship information are available at ymcapalmbeaches.org.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
All right, it's about that time. All right, it's about that time. I mean, I know a lot of y'all were praying on the Miami Hurricanes downfall all year long, and us Canes fans, we sure had our fun to watch the just destruction of Florida State and what looked like was going to be a terrible year for the Florida Gators, and now all of a sudden they're like one of the rising powers in college football out of nowhere. I mean, they had to put a statement out that Billy Napier wasn't getting fired. Now every statement I see from the Florida Gators is about how somebody is flipped to be the next quarterback, receiver, or linebacker for their team. It's not going well for the Canes.
Not going at all. And to compare it with the Gators there, the NFL comparison was the Giants. The Giants put out a statement that we're keeping Brian Daboll. Don't worry about it. I'm sure they would like the results the Gators have gotten since making that statement. They haven't.
But you can't recruit in the NFL. So, and also they're winning games. Like in college football, winning games over the last 6, 7, 8, when you have no shot at the ultimate goal, it actually helps you. In the NFL, it's actually counterproductive. So, I don't know. I'm sad. How about we just hop on the Get Around? How about we hop on the Get Around after an immaculate football weekend? We'll talk college football. We'll talk NFL. We'll go all across the nation, the biggest stops in football. Let's see if there's something to cheer me up here on the Get Around.
I get around. What you mean you don't know? Check it go. I get around.
The Get Around today is brought to you by the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches. I'll tell you more once we talk a little ball here.
Next stop,
we're going to Syracuse, New York.
Oh, that's
the Big Apple.
That's not gonna. Well, nothing important happened in Syracuse over the weekend, huh?
The U went down in flames with a 42-38 collapse of a loss to the Syracuse Orange and Kyle McCord. I don't know if you knew this, but Miami actually led 21-0 in this game. They dropped all the way to 14 to the AP poll after losing. Cam Ward, despite the loss, it bumped Miami out of the ACC title game. Cam Ward contested that the Canes should still be in the college football playoff. Theo Dorsey, your thoughts?
I don't want them to go. I don't want the Miami Hurricanes to embarrass me any further. I've been singing the praises of this team since the offseason, since the Cam Ward edition, since I got to talk with them during ACC kickoff in Charlotte. I professed then that they'd be the best team in the state of Florida, which will reign true. They won the state championship. I professed then that they will be ending their season in Charlotte, North Carolina. Still possible depending on what bowl game they go.
Is there another bowl in
I'm sure there's bowl games in North Carolina they can end their season, and that's not wrong yet. But I thought they'd be ending their season, regular season in the conference championship in Charlotte, North Carolina. But a loss to Georgia Tech and a loss to Syracuse. Not only does that bounce them out of ACC title considerations, which would have been the first time ever if they were able to win it, but it also likely bounces them out of the 12-team playoff. I'm done being embarrassed by that defense. Lance Guidry, he's going to be in the unemployment line soon, looking for a new place to coach. Hate to see a guy lose his gig, but I haven't seen a defense that bad wearing those colors in a long time. And also, we wasted a year of Cam Ward. You only get one. You only get one Cam Ward. You only get 1 year of that, and they just dribbled down their leg. I can't believe it.
You've been a Canes fan for a while. I've only really focused on the Canes in the past 3 years. Am I being overdramatic and recency bias poisoned by saying this is the most disappointing Miami season?
Yeah,
it's in a long time.
It's the worst collapse. It's the worst of these past 20 years where they've had these spark years where they're like, oh, you're showing some promise. You're good. It's the worst collapse in recent Canes history over the past 2 decades, and it's because you had that guy. Cam Ward was that guy. This roster was special made, especially on the offensive side, to be able to compete and contend with any team in the nation. And also the games you lost, you still should have won. Like, there was an abysmal holding call that went against Miami on that long run that they had. You should have won that. Mario Cristobal should have made the decision to go for it on 4th down instead of taking the 3 and putting the defense back out there, because you know how bad that defensive unit is. You should have won that game. You should have beat Georgia Tech. The Yellow Jackets should have beat Georgia, and if Georgia Tech beats the Dogs, then the Canes likely still get in because that Tech loss looks a little bit better, and the Dogs of Georgia look a little worse. I'm at a loss for words with what happened. This Canes. I thought you know why it's worse than all the other ones? You really didn't see it coming. It felt like 3 or 4 weeks ago that the Canes were a shoo-in to at least make the conference championship game, and that Cam Ward would definitely be a Heisman finalist and damn near should be the favorite to win it. And for it to evaporate in this short amount of time against those teams, it's incredibly disheartening.
But hindsight's 20/20 because Miami showed you who they were in prime time many of times to the rest of the country.
Over and over.
Over and over, winning close games where the spread was 20+, where it really shouldn't have been a game late. It should have been a questionable Hail Mary catch or drop away.
Or a comeback against Cal.
There was
comeback against Duke.
This has got to be more disappointing than the last spike for Miami was 2016, right? Because losing to Clemson, you can live with that. Of course, the Pitt loss is ugly.
Ugly. I will say this, though. It hurt even more because of how it happened against Syracuse. Like, they got the lead, and we were like, thank God. Finally, Miami is going to just close the game out in a normal way against the team they should beat. We were punching our tickets to Charlotte. I was actually looking like, is it reasonable? And I just don't. It's so Miami. And it's so Dallas Cowboys. They are the Dallas Cowboys of college football. And I hope that they're the last team out. I hope they're the first team out when it comes to the 12-team selection show, so then we don't have to go and get embarrassed like Florida State did in the Orange Bowl last year. The Canes have a better resume than Alabama. They're a better team than the Tide. Randy says that in our YouTube chat. Miami Hurricanes and the Alabama Tide, without a quarterback saving their tail, they're both a 500 team probably. If Alabama gets in over Miami, I'll have a problem. Other than that, I'm glad that the Canes are going to get left out.
I don't know. I'm looking at 3 lost teams in the SEC that I would much rather see. I like good wins.
I see a lot of Alabama love.
I was in South Carolina watching Clemson, South Carolina.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, man, I would like to see South Carolina in the college football playoff, especially over Miami.
I think they might get in over Miami. And you know what? Lenore Sellers, have a day. Cam Ward should have been able to. We're not even going to be able to get to the rest of the get around because we spent too much time on the Canes because my heart is heavy.
We can go to the PGA National. How about that?
Let's go to PGA National. Let's go to Palm Beach Gardens where the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches will be February 26th through March 2nd. That'll cheer me up. That'll put a smile back on this face. Because at the Cognizant Classic, the daily grounds passes are already out. We're less than 100 days from this tournament teeing off, and for as little as $50, you can get yourself a grounds pass to get in the gates. If you want something more elevated, a better experience, well, come on. You know we got that. All right? There's all kind of, accommodations around the Bear Trap and throughout. There's all kind of elevated experiences and VIP experiences. The Flamingo Club is one of them. Todd Fleming, CEO of the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches. He pulls up on us every Friday and gives us more, spills out more details. So be on the lookout. There's a youth ticket policy where kids can get in free. There's a military appreciation rollout that's going to happen at the top of January. It'll give you more than a month and some change to plan for it. If you want to just check out the tickets that are available now, thecognizantclassic.com/tickets. It is the greatest time in the world because it's when the PGA Tour makes its way to Palm Beach County, calls itself home, and gives us some great play. Thecognizantclassic.com/tickets. Check them out. On the other side, it's the happy hour. We welcome in our friend Espresso Martina. She'll tell us all about how her Thanksgiving weekend went and her fear of one of Santa's helpers. She has an extreme fear of one of Santa's helpers, and we got to get to the bottom of it. Happy hour.
Not it, too. We got a giveaway coming up as well.
Giveaway. I forgot.
Giveaway in about 20 minutes.
Yes.
So stick around.
Ooh, a giveaway so you can get some holiday shopping in. Stick around. So we're giving out money, and we're also giving out smiles. That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Ho, ho, ho. Happy holidays. It's Kevin Dalton from the Unlimited Auto Wash, wishing you and yours the best this season. Santa just got his sled cleaned up beautifully. So should you. Hand wash, wheels clean, tires shine, blow dry, hand finished, vacuum, interior windows, plus your dash and jams wiped. Just $25 per wash. Or go unlimited, just $44.95 per month. Less than the price of 2 washes. 6 locations to choose from. Gift certificates are a great idea this season. Visit unlimitedAutoWashClub.com or call 561-WASH-ME-TOO.
This is the Delray Beach Open. Don't miss today's top professional tennis stars and legends in downtown Delray Beach. February 7th through 16th. It's 10 days of tennis on the Ave. 140 miles per hour races, parties, music, art, and all the good vibes. Come for the nonstop action on and off the court. Snap pics and post memories at the DBO. Join us for a jam-packed week of ATP tennis matches. More fun, more food, more drink, more parties, more of everything. DelrayBeachOpen.com for info.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at KaiserGolfCenter.com.
Does your business leave a lasting impression? Attractive, eye-catching signs help you stand out from the crowd and create a strong brand identity. Our team at Signorama West Palm are experts in helping your business get noticed and get effective signage in front of your potential customers. Our team can turn your blank windows or plain vehicles into money-making branding machines by drawing customers' attention to your business. So if you're looking to leave that lasting impression, call us 561-687-7993 or visit SignoramawPB.com.
Celebrate the most wonderful time of the year at the Gardens Mall. Santa is here for photos during all mall hours now through Christmas Eve. Reserve your spot at whereissanta.com. The Kids Corner Holiday Shop in Nordstrom Court is now open. Kids can pick out gifts for their favorite people with help from Santa's special helpers. Plus, enjoy festive decorations and holiday events throughout the mall. The Gardens Mall, just 1 mile east of I-95 on PGA Boulevard. Join us this holiday season and make magical memories with the whole family.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen, and you know what time it is. It's game time. Tip-offs and touchdowns are on the clock. It's Monday Night Hoops. The Miami Heat head into Boston for a matchup with the Celtics. We go live at 7, ESPN 106.3. It's better than Grandma's pumpkin pie.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Hey, golf fans, Colin Russo here. Looking to improve your game? Flagstick Golf Performance, the ultimate indoor golf experience, is now open in Boynton Beach. With 3 indoor simulators and a state-of-the-art putting studio, Flagstick helps players at all levels up their game. Get lessons from experts, try the latest clubs, or just come up for a round in the simulators. You can track your stats and see real improvement. Flagstick is where serious golfers and beginners find their edge. Bring your friends or family and enjoy golf like never before. Visit flagstickgolfperformance.com to book your session.
This is ESPN 106.3, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Find official rules for all your favorite ESPN West Palm contests by visiting ESPNWestPalmContests.com. That's ESPNWestPalmContests.com. You're listening to ESPN 106.3, the ESPN app, and streaming on your smart speaker.
Does your business leave a lasting impression? Attractive, eye-catching signs help you stand out from the crowd and create a strong brand identity. Our team at Signorama West Palm are experts in helping your business get noticed and get effective signage in front of your potential customers. Our team can turn your blank windows or plain vehicles into money-making branding machines by drawing customers' attention to your business. So if you're looking to leave that lasting impression, call us 561-687-7993 or visit SignoramawPB.com.
Florida Atlantic women's basketball season is here. Join head coach Jennifer Sullivan and star guards Maya Perry and Jada Moore at Eleanor R. Baldwin Arena this year for big-time college basketball action. Groups of 15 or more get in free. Single game tickets just $10. The band, the cheerleaders, the fun, the action, it's all there with Florida Atlantic women's basketball. Visit FAUsports.com for more information. Florida Atlantic Owls, winning in paradise.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It's Monday. Man, my stomach is heavy. Heavy coming off of that holiday weekend. I mean, the turkey wasn't the only thing getting stuffed. That was a little weird, huh? It's your boy Theo Dorsey, C-Cat on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos. And that chuckle you see in the green trucker hat is the homie Tina Espresso Martina in the house. How are we today?
I'm doing great.
Yes. You are dressed. You are cosplaying a girl on a bachelorette trip in Nashville.
I guess
today.
you could say that.
It's a great fit. Actually, it's more so like a concert fit almost, right? What you have going here.
This is like a...
What's going on back there?
Yeah.
Is our intern dying? C-Cat?
Yeah, he's coughing.
I heard that too. I was like,
You look like you're going on a hike. That's what I would say.
Okay.
The corduroy jacket changes things a little bit to where you wouldn't take that on a hike, but yeah.
Oh, a hike. Okay.
I've gotten different things
She's
today.
got the boots. She has some dark brown boots on. She has a nice corduroy jacket. Looks like almost like an Abercrombie style action here. And the green hat is you said it was a custom made hat you got.
Holly Truckers Palm Beach. Yes, I have
Okay.
a handful of her hats.
Yeah.
She is amazing. And I just got this hat from her, and it's corduroy too. I love corduroy.
Corduroy's fire. Like, it's fire. I think it gets underplayed.
Right? I love it. Like, any chance I can wear this corduroy jacket, this tan one I have on right now,
Yeah.
I always wear it. And today, I went outside for my 5 a.m. workout, and I'm like, it is chilly. And I felt like I could wear my hat today. Like, it was acceptable. It was chilly outside.
Are hats a... I don't think hats
For
are
me-
temperature controlled thing.
Well, for me, it just was like, oh, it's cold out right now. I
Not a
really
beanie.
need to like wash my hair, but I want to do that later today.
Okay.
So it was like perfect for like a hair wash day.
Okay.
And I wear this outside of work, but I do feel weird like wearing a hat to work
Why?
because I don't know, like we usually don't wear like hats here all the time. Like C-Cat wears one every
C-Cat
single
literally
day.
wears a hat every day.
I
and so
know.
does Kate Chumslin, who you see on ESPN West Palm play.
I know. I just feel like though, like we never wear hats though.
We always wear hats. Hats are always fair game. If you want to be the hat lady on here, we can make this cook up.
Oh,
Like,
I
this can be
love
your
hats.
thing. Yeah.
Like, and I just felt like my other ones I have like maybe aren't like appropriate for
Let's
work.
pick a day of the week. How about this? For theoretically speaking, we'll pick a day of the week. I mean, C-Cat does it every day.
Yeah. Okay, every
He
day.
wears a hat like 8 days out of every week. Let's pick a day of the week where we have hat day. And I'll wear a hat as well to make you
Okay.
feel comfortable.
Love that.
And we're going to open the door to your new world of wearing a hat here because people want to see your nice, cool hats here on the Prize Pick stream here, theoretically speaking. So we'll do that. We're creating a new day, a new holiday. What day of the week do we want to make it? Is Monday a hat day or is Friday a hat day?
No. For me, I would say like Wednesday or Friday.
Wednesday? Wednesday could be hat
Wednesday.
day.
I like Wednesday.
Wednesday's going to be hat day here on Theoretically Speaking. Hump Day, hat day in the happy hour
There we go.
as we invite in Tina in the wild, Espresso Martina, who pulls up on us as always. So I went to Minneapolis and I went to L.A. For my Thanksgiving road trip. It was a lot of fun. I was literally just touched down at PBI at 10:30 a.m. This morning. C-Cat, you were in...
I was in Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, nice.
I love Charleston.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is a great...
I wanna go
that is a
back
nice
there.
Swank place.
Outdoor market, bought a T-shirt for $20.
Yeah.
Then I walked like 30 feet the other direction, saw the same T-shirt for $15.
Oh.
Did you take it back?
No, it's a cash transaction. They didn't have change. This was a crushing blow for my weekend.
You got hustled.
But I got over it.
At least your Penn State Nittany Lions made it to the Big Ten championship game.
Don't you know? What a little surprise, a treat that I did not anticipate. When I woke up on Saturday, I thought like it just wasn't a possibility. I forgot that it was a possibility. Halftime of the game, and I'm thinking, wait a second, we're looking at Airbnbs in Indianapolis.
It's crazy. And you're going.
I'm going to the game.
He's going to the Big Ten championship. C-Cat, congratulations to you and your Penn State Nittany Lions. And congratulations to Big Blue. I'm sure Russo and Rizzo will be talking about Ohio State, Michigan State. The game, hashtag the fight because of the flag plant, which I absolutely love. Tina, where did you spend Thanksgiving weekend?
I went to my parents, and they're on the west coast of Florida.
West
It was
side.
very relaxing.
We both hit the West Coast.
I slept so much at my parents'. I helped my mom cook, But I slept so much. It was amazing.
Why? Is it just because of all the eating, or is it more so just like you felt relaxed, no responsibilities, I'm kicked back?
I think I was exhausted.
Yeah.
And then all of the eating. And I was just like able to I was able to relax. Like I didn't have anything going on. Like my parents now like moved out of my hometown. So it's not like I'm going to where I grew up and my friends are there and like people are coming back home. Really, like I don't know anyone there. It's just me and my parents.
Yeah.
And so it was a nice way to just like unwind.
I wondered why she re-downloaded the dating apps. I'm like, she downloaded like 3. I saw on her phone the most recent apps. It was like 3 different apps. I'm like, oh my gosh, you were thirsting during Thanksgiving weekend. Everybody was. It makes sense.
I guess so.
She said no comment. Look
No.
But Tina, I am curious of this. You're a single child.
Yes.
You didn't have any siblings, and you talked about a specific tradition that happens around this time of the year for Christmas that it seems like it's harrowing you for your future. C-Cat, did you all do the Elf on the Shelf?
The Elf on the Shelf, it missed me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a middle child. My older sister didn't get Elf on the Shelf. I didn't get Elf on the Shelf 4 years later.
Yeah.
And then 6 years down the line, however, my younger sister did get Elf on a Shelf, so I don't even know the rules.
So I have a few things on this whole Elf on the Shelf thing quickly before I get into why you have a war against the elves. Number one, I didn't even learn about Elf on the Shelf until I was like 25 years old or so, and I found out that people were doing this, right? So the elf, we're not allowed to like talk about how the elf moves, right?
The magic.
So the magical elf who watches over the kids and
Yes.
makes sure that they're doing right by each other. It goes from place to place every single night, and it's just like what, an overseer for your children?
Yeah,
How does this work?
It's sent by Santa, I believe.
Yeah.
And it tells Santa if the children in the household are being good or not.
Yeah.
And sometimes the elf gets itself in some hijinks. Like sometimes the elf will be in like your bin of flour and be all like coked up. Like that'll happen sometimes too.
He gets into your Coke as well?
Well, it looks like it.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
okay.
that's what I've seen. I've seen maybe like footprints up into the snack cabinet.
Yeah.
The elves get into trouble.
The elves are also mischievous as they're also looking out to make sure the kids are not being. So, Tina, did you get Elf on the Shelf privilege as a kid?
No, I didn't. But I also didn't know about Elf on a Shelf until probably like 5
So
years
is this
ago
new?
too.
Is Elf on the Shelf new? 888-760-3776. Help us out here because we're not parents and we also didn't grow up with Elf on the Shelf. Are the elves, did they just learn this magic in the past decade? Is Elf on the Shelf new? And should this even be something that we're participating in or thinking about doing for our kids? Because I know I'm absolutely not doing it. I'm not going to have that elf in my house. I'm going to block my my doors and make sure that Santa doesn't send any of his little helpers into my house because they won't be watching over my kids. That's for me. But is Elf on the Shelf new? Is this some new creation that people have been doing just so they can get some TikToks off? 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. And do you do Elf on the Shelf in your home? Because I don't think you should. Tina, why are you so afraid of Elf on the Shelf for your future what do you want to call it, kingdom that you're going to create?
For me, it's more there's so
Kids.
family,
Kids,
my family, you know.
What? I mean, it's your estate, it's your kingdom, it's your household, it's
Sure.
it's just kids.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
That's all it is. If the elf comes a knocking, is the Tina household allowing the elf to stay and participate?
I feel like my mind might change when I eventually have kids, but for right now, the magic that goes on with Elf on a Shelf.
Sounds like a lot of work.
A lot of work, a lot of days that this magic has to happen, and, you know, mischievous things that the elf gets into. It just seems like so much.
You don't want another
I'm
responsibility.
like, I can barely make dinner for myself.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
like, you know, I think like planning that like ahead of time and figuring it all out, like that's for me. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
I wholeheartedly agree with you.
I love participating in it. Right now, F45 Palm Beach Gardens has an Elf on the Shelf.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Yes, and I
Watching
love
over your workouts?
I love participating in it because we're taking selfies with Elfie, and there's like a thing that goes with it for the holidays, which I'm having fun doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm not the one working, you know, with Santa and the magic and making Elfie do all these fun things. This is so hard to tiptoe around and not say.
All right, there's no kids listening right now. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, so this elf at F45 is like, no, you cheated on that push-up. Sorry, you're in trouble. Like,
Yeah.
is that like
What's
that's
the
incredible.
punishment?
Today was the first day of Elf on a Shelf, And he was just chilling on this like foam roller.
Yeah.
And he was just, you had to find him. And so we eventually found him. And you take a picture with Elf on a shelf.
You know who needs Elf on the shelf to make sure that there's not any mischief happening? They need to put that thing in Mercedes-Benz Stadium out in Atlanta. And they need to have that thing hover around Kirk Cousins, quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, left and right, because you're supposed to be the Wild Leo vet. You're supposed to be the guy that is even keel, that gets the team. It doesn't hurt the team, doesn't help the team, keeps them status quo, gets them along to the next game. 4 interceptions. Like, if the Elf was on the shelf in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I don't think he would have been able to hold back and wait until the next night to get into some mischief. He would have pulled Kirk Cousins out the game like I would have and put Michael Penix in the damn game for that effort.
Yeah, that's a good point. You kind of chalk up a lot of interceptions in the game to the younger quarterback.
Right.
And then you kind of trust an older quarterback, and maybe he's less mobile in the pocket, which Kirk Cousins is.
He's
maybe
a statue.
Maybe he takes more sacks than he should, which he does because he is, as you put, a statue. But the one thing that you probably entrust your Achilles rehabbing quarterback to do is not turn the football over, let alone turn it over 4 times against the Chargers.
Including a pick 6, including in the red zone, which was like a jump ball he threw into 3 defenders. Kirk Cousins, he has me actually feeling bad for Falcons fans. I never have remorse for Falcons fans. I used to root for a team in their same division. I got a lot of friends from Atlanta, and as much as I love them, I absolutely hate them and their team. I bask in the joy of Falcons fans' tears, but the false hope that Kirk Cousins gave them, and the fact that Raheem Morris and Zach Taylor and whoever the hell else is in the decision-making room with this is continuing to trot that old-ass dude out there to sit back in the pocket and be a target and throw the ball away to the other team. I think he leads the league in interceptions right now.
That's inexcusable.
The Falcons they should be a shoo-in to win the NFC South. The Chargers won that game this weekend without scoring an offensive touchdown. They didn't need to because Kirk Cousins threw them one. And that's been the Kirk Cousins experience sometimes in the past, but he's supposed to be the Wild Leo vet. That's why back when they paid Kirk Cousins and drafted Michael Penix Jr. with the 8th pick, we said that's malpractice. That is a misuse of resources. Obviously, you feel wrong about one of those 2 decisions, and I think it's showing right now that they knew that they might have got a lemon in Kirk Cousins, and it is going to be damning for them in the near future. I don't care how deep they look under their Christmas tree in a few weeks. They ain't going to find any amount of resolve or any amount of optimism in that team with Kirk Cousins as a starting quarterback, because I think he's done. I think he's cooked. I'm coming up with a first team all cooked right now, a starting 5 in the NFL, first team all cooked. Christian McCaffrey, sorry.
Hey, he looked good before he got hurt.
Didn't.
Yes, he.
No, he didn't.
Did you watch the game last night?
These past few weeks, he did not look good.
He gained like 15 yards of carry before he got hurt last night.
Those wide open holes, and that was not the same Christian McCaffrey. He might have turned those into 60 yards before that. Since he's come back from the injury, he has not had the same burst and explosiveness that we've seen from Christian McCaffrey in the past. And the reason why he's cooked is because his body is cooked, not because he as a player is cooked.
Listen, I was with you until I watched him. He's rehabbing from that tendonitis injury.
It sucks.
He looked like he was back to his normal self before he bumped his knee, which Ed McCaffrey went on Up and Adams. Kay Adams, Ed McCaffrey, his dad.
Yeah, his dad.
MRI coming up. They said he's going to play no matter what the playoff future looks like for the 49ers.
It's ridiculous.
If he's okay, they're hoping for the best. We might not have seen the last of Christian McCaffrey, despite initial reports on the PCL injury.
First team all cooked. He's done this entire season. I'm not playing this game with y'all, with these over-the-hill players who have these injuries that 50 years from now will be season or career ending, but now because of new medicine, we're able to get them back out there sooner than we would anticipate. There's a reason why they used to be career ending, and now we're able to get back from them. It's easier to do so when you're younger. He is over the hill for ages with a running back. He has a lot of miles on his legs. As much as I want to see CMC look good and be good in the future, he is first team all cooked. You can't keep having those kind of injuries, lower body, at that position in the NFL and at that age. I'm sorry. Big CMC fan right here. He's first team all cooked. On that team with him, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins. I'm still working on filling out the last 2 spots.
So define
Justin Tucker is putting in nomination after nomination. He's writing himself in.
This is crazy what's happening to Justin Tucker. This is absolutely insane what has happened to Justin Tucker over the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
The NFL was in denial coming into this season. Ravens fans, like myself, were in denial coming into this season because Justin Tucker wasn't that good in 2023 either.
Oh.
He wasn't historically bad, as he has been. He's been the worst kicker from 50-plus yards the past 2 years.
He's been the difference, too, in many of these games the Ravens have lost this year. Like, his extra point misses, his field goal misses have been the difference when in the past it was like he was the difference in a positive way.
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy. So I'm working on first team all cooked. Maybe we'll come out with that later on in the week. Give some people some time to, relax. Cooking is a sore subject right now for all my chefs and cooks. Big shout to them. They don't get enough love. For all the chefs and cooks that whipped it up for Thanksgiving and the holidays, and you got another one. You got a back-to-back coming up with Christmas where you're going to be setting the table for your family. Big shouts to y'all. Big shouts to my pops on my wife's side. Hooked it up. Great platter. Great meal. Y'all are first team all cooked in a good way. McCaffrey, Cousins, Rodgers, they're leading first team all cooked in the NFL in a bad way. Not cooked is the lap of Santa Claus. He's just getting warmed up. Santa's lap is just getting warmed up for people to keep on. What? I guess that's a little freaky. I'm sorry.
You kind of went for a you are very good at transition.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've said that before, both on the air and off the air.
Damn it.
You missed that one.
All right, let's just reset. Let's try it again. Let's try it again.
Not cooked is a lap of Santa Claus? What does that even mean? Like, not in a non-freaky way. That just doesn't make sense.
All right, well, what I would say is because he's been taking a lot of pictures with a lot of kids and stuff at the mall, at the Gardens Mall. So if you're Santa Claus and you've been wearing yourself out taking pictures, this guy's got a lot of endurance. He's got the magic of the North Pole. He's not cooked. He's been doing it for decades, for centuries, and Santa Claus is not cooked. In fact, he's the opposite of cooked. He's primed and ready to go, and he is.
What's the opposite? If you've got a piece of chicken, that piece of chicken's not cooked. It's raw.
I don't want to say that. Santa Claus is not that either. But what he is ready for you to pull up on and take some pics at the Gardens Mall. But that's not the only thing going on at the Gardens Mall these days, because we've got Tina in the house, and we got the very first day of Christina-Miss. I don't even know what the hell this stuff is. C-Cat, Tina, how do we even get into this?
So I can explain it a little bit.
Please do.
12 days of Christina-Miss. It starts today.
Yes.
It goes all the way through the week on Theoretically Speaking until the 17th of December.
Okay.
And I will give, you're going to hear a song every day.
One song every day from you.
The song grows every day. 12 Days of Christina-Miss is like the song. And at the end of the song, I will give a movie quote from a famous holiday film.
Okay.
And you will have to call in 888-760-3776 and guess the correct movie that this quote is from.
Yes.
And if you are correct, you will receive a $50 gift card to the Gardens Mall. And this gift card is for anywhere. It could be at a store. It could be at the restaurants. It could be for anything you want at the Gardens Mall.
Okay.
So,
$50 gift card to the Gardens Mall on the line right now if you're able to guess the movie quote from Tina. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Get on the line right now. Have a shot at getting a $50 gift card to the Gardens Mall with Tina.
Are you so excited for my song?
I'm excited for your song. How do we start it? Is this it right here?
C-Cat knows what to do.
All right. You ready?
Get it going.
On the first day of Christina-Miss, the Gardens Mall gave to me one Coastal Kids mermaid tale. What?
Wait, do that again. Do it again.
You want to hear it again?
You gotta mouth it. You gotta mouth it for
I
YouTube
could sing
screen.
it.
Do it. All right, go.
On the first day of Christina-Miss, the Gardens Mall gave to me one Coastal Kids mermaid tale.
I don't know what that is.
Our operations manager, Dave Druda, we laugh so hard. Like, he gets just hearing me sing, the music behind it, and we have to go through this multiple times all throughout the 12 days. And again, the song grows every day.
Every day it gets bigger.
Every day it gets bigger.
Nice.
First day of Christmas, second day.
Yes.
It's so fun. I love it.
Okay.
Thank you, Gardens Mall, for allowing me to do this.
Big shout to the Gardens Mall. We have some callers on the line waiting to guess your movie quote. So 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. If you want to guess the movie quote from Tina for a $50 gift card. Tina, you ready to deliver that movie quote? And then C-Cat will start lining our callers up to get a chance at a $50 gift card. What do you have?
Bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad.
Okay. That's the quote. Get her some Christmas music underneath that right quick. Sorry. I tried to push a button. It didn't work out. Okay, do it again. Do it again, Tina. I tried to produce. I stepped on your toes. One more time, the movie quote, and then we'll start bringing callers in the guests.
This is the movie quote. Bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad.
Perfect. Bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad. That is the movie quote. You can guess it. You can guess it. Line up here with C-Cat. He'll get you in order, and we will have y'all guess it for a chance to win $50 to the Gardens Mall. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. This is the first day of Christina Miss, and your shot to win $50 to the Gardens Mall. 888-760-3776. Bye, buddy. I hope you found your dad.
Hope you find your dad.
Hope you find your dad. That's Tina, that's C-Cat. I'm theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
The quality of our choices affects the quality of our lives. So, when it comes to how you move, do you choose to see a doctor or go to the #1 orthopedic specialist in the world, backed by a team who custom tailor your treatment? Do you choose to live with limitations or live life to the fullest by going to the place that's #1 at getting people back to what they love? Choose better, move better. Locations in West Palm Beach and Wellington. Learn more at hss.edu/Florida.
Time now for a PNC pause. PNC Bank is committed to helping the customers and the communities they serve move forward financially. See how they can make a difference for you at PNC.com.
Guys, your special today at Unlimited Auto Wash. Monday is Men's Day, and you save up to $5 off any wash at any of their 7 Palm Beach County locations. Check out the daily specials and find your location by visiting UnlimitedAutoWashClub.com.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
It's the Good Greek Spiro. For the best move ever, go to goodgreek.com.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
They can help you if you're in an accident, but your fantasy football team, not so much.
Make poker playing hours work for you at Harrah's Pompano Beach Casino's No Limit Hold'em. $1 million break the bank. Play at any qualifying table to garner 150 hours and qualify for January 29th Break the Bank tournament. Finish at #1 for your shot to win $1 million. Play poker at Harrah's Pompano Beach Casino. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Powerline Road, Pompano Beach at the Pomp. Must be 18 or older for poker and simulcast. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
I'm being ridiculed for something that's not my fault, but that's fine.
You didn't listen.
I did listen. You never specified it had to be a Christmas.
I said a holiday film.
A holiday film, and there were holidays in Finding Nemo.
In the film,
there were holidays in Finding Nemo. Like
it's not Finding Nemo is not a holiday film.
I mean, who knows?
It's not a holiday movie.
I saw it during.
This is around the holidays.
Okay. I don't want to be ridiculed. All right. I didn't come here to be ridiculed today on Theoretically Speaking. How about this? How about we get to the contestants who are actually guessing? Again, can you give the movie quote again for the first day of Christina Miss for a $50 gift card to Palm Beach, to the Gardens Mall? Just do it.
Bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad.
And it's not Finding Nemo, apparently. Who do we have on line one, C-Cat?
We got Eddie from Boynton.
Eddie's in Boynton. Eddie, do you know what movie that quote comes from?
I think so. Would that be Elf?
That's correct.
That's what I'm talking about. Eddie, your prize for getting that movie quote right is what, Tina?
$50 to the Gardens Mall that you can use anywhere. You could use it for dinner. You can use it for gifts this holiday season, something for yourself, whatever you want, Eddie.
Awesome. Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Eddie. We'll see you at the Gardens Mall. It's going to be a great time, and you can also get a photo with Santa while you're at it. That is great. That is amazing. That is how the Days of Christina Must works.
Right.
And it's every day?
Every day we're doing this.
For the next 12 shows.
For the next 12
Well,
shows.
11 shows.
Yes, now 11.
Okay.
Every day I will do
That's
a
a lot of
new
money.
holiday
Yeah.
movie quote, and first person to call in and guess it correctly will receive a $50 gift card to the Gardens Mall.
Then we'll try to do it at the same time every day.
Okay.
So our fans that tried to try it this time that didn't get a chance because Eddie was on it. Eddie was on top of it, unlike me. We'll do it around the same time every single day, right around 3:30 with Tina in the happy hour. And $50 every time?
$50. $50.
That's like y'all are giving the Gardens Mall must be loaded. Man, they
Love
giving
that
out some
place.
bread.
Yes.
I absolutely love that. I love that for people too because it gives you a chance to shop for the holidays and get things in. It's Cyber Monday right now. Get your online shopping done. But once you're done with all of that, you got like 25 days or so, well, 23, 22, to get your Christmas shopping in at the Gardens Mall. That should be great for people. Tina, you are a Steelers fan. You are a Steelers fan, and this year, the Pittsburgh Steelers have something that they haven't had in a long time, and that is a good quarterback. Like I don't want to get over, be a prisoner of the moment, but Russell Wilson at this point we can at least say is a good quarterback.
Yeah.
And he has your Steelers at first place in the NFC North, AFC North, and on top of that, Mike Tomlin finally has himself a quarterback to go along with that defense to actually be a threat. They are a contender in the AFC. And on the other side, in the last hour, we were talking about teams that can most benefit from having the 1 seed because you get a bye week in the first week of the playoffs, plus you get home field throughout the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a route in which the Steelers actually get it because of their schedule and because of the schedules of the Chiefs and the Bills who are ahead of them in the AFC. But I do believe as much as the Bills can benefit the most out of having the 1 seed, the Steelers would benefit the most out of having one less game to win en route to the Super Bowl because you're relying on a guy like Russell Wilson. Like at the top of the AFC, we got Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. Like even for the Texans, CJ Stroud. And Russell Wilson kind of feels like he's a bit less of a punch. He's not a haymaker, he's a jab. It's more of a setup. He had a big game, 400 yards. I think the most for any quarterback this past weekend. Doesn't feel like you can get that consistently from him. They can benefit the most probably, CCAT, from just having one less time of having to trot out Russell Wilson.
So you think we're avoiding the Russell Wilson blow-up game?
Yeah,
you think
like
that's what's happening?
It can happen, right? Like we know it can happen. It's already happened in this stretch of good games that he's had. If that happens to you against one of these playoff contenders, one of these top teams like the Bills or the Chiefs, that's a game you lose. One less time to trot them out there. I'm just saying, like, hey, the Steelers could really make a push for that 1 seed too still. It'll be really tough or difficult. They're probably more than content with just getting the AFC North and getting a home game to open the playoffs. But the more I look at it, like, yeah, they should want to get that, not because of the home field advantage, more so because it's like, okay, one less time we have to rely on this still kind of shaky quarterback play.
Yeah, from the Chiefs' perspective, and you being a Chiefs fan, like you said in the first hour of the show today, the Chiefs went on the road.
Yeah, they can
and
do
probably
it.
had an exceptionally, maybe the most difficult path to a Super Bowl of all time last year with the quarterbacks that they knocked off. Road games be damned. So we've seen them do that before. So you're thinking, if you're a Chiefs fan, okay, let's fix what we got. If it takes a couple losses, if they lose the 1 seed in the process, even though I have a 1-game lead right now over the Bills, that's okay. The Chiefs got to worry about not necessarily winning the games, but getting better and being more prepared for the playoffs.
And that's what it feels like they've been working up towards. When you're a team like that understands how long the season is and when to peak at which time, that's why I'm not as concerned with the Chiefs' 11-1 record, though they have the worst point differential in the history of the NFL for a team that's 11-1. Like,
your eyes aren't deceiving you, people. The Chiefs are pretty bad for an 11-1 team.
Yeah,
which
they
pretty
are.
bad for an 11-1 team sounds kind of odd to say, but they are.
They are not a very intimidating 11-1 team because they've let every squad that they've gone up against be in it right up against the edge of the game. It's come down to the fourth quarter in pretty much every single game they played, even in the one loss against the Bills. You expect more dominance out of a team like that, but again, it just feels like they're still figuring themselves out. And when you're able to do that while still being 11-1, still having pole position to have the 1 seed in the AFC, out of the 3 or 4 teams at the top of that conference, they need the 1 seed the least, and they're likely going to be the team that ends up getting it just because of the fact that they have been that good at finding ways to win games. It benefits you to have that kind of franchise guy. I wonder what happens to your Steelers next year, Tina. Like, does this convince Mike Tomlin and the Steelers brass to finally go out there and swing big and try and figure out the quarterback position in a greater way? Because I don't know if Russell Wilson's the long-term plan, but y'all are happy right now.
I'm happy right now.
Hell yeah.
I cannot complain right now.
Trying to solve a problem that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
I know. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, let's
We're
not get
talking
too
about
job, though.
who needs that 1 seed the most. I think we saw it last night. The Bills in that weather will beat any team put in front of them.
Yeah.
They have the perfect quarterback. They drafted the perfect quarterback to play December, January, postseason outdoor football, and we saw yet another example of just that last night.
It was exactly what you want to see if you're a Bills fan, because it was playing to your strengths. It refortified your belief in if we do get folks to come out here to Buffalo for a playoff game, we are going to have a heavy advantage, not just with the elements, but with our quarterback and this team and the way that they do a lot of short yardage stuff and turn it into big plays. The Bills are strong. They're on a 7-game win streak. The Bills are really strong. That is a really good team. Josh Allen has a great shot at the MVP. On the other side, though, I must raise the question that everybody's been kind of flirting with and talking about, kind of loosely, but we'll address it in a stricter way. Who actually does deserve Coach of the Year if the NFL stopped today? There's a lot of good candidates for it. Mike Tomlin has never won Coach of the Year. As extremely good as he has never won Coach of the Year in the NFL. You can quote me on that. It's the same thing we talk about with Eric Spoelstra in the Miami Heat. Every single year we agree he's likely the best coach in this league. If not, he's top 3. Never wins Coach of the Year. Mike Tomlin, to me, is the guy that should get it, but there's Dan Campbell. There's Nick Sirianni. I mean, you can look at even what Dan Quinn has done with the Commanders. You can look at what, dare I say, Andy Reid maybe should be in that conversation for coaching. I'm not. What's wrong with that?
Like you just said, it's so crowded at the top that Andy Reid does not get a seat at the table in the conversation.
Okay, here's what I'll say. Does Sean McDermott deserve a spot in that conversation to have the Bills at 10-2 after we looked at that roster and said they got worse over last year? Or is that a Josh Allen thing?
We can talk about this next segment.
Let's do it then.
But didn't like him doing the snow angels after the game.
I love that.
You let your quarterback do that. You don't let the head coach do that.
That's Sirianni-esque, right? Like, that's Nick Sirianni kind of stuff.
Man, you've got a prize that you've not achieved yet that you've got your eyes set on. We're not doing snow angels after beating a below 500 team.
I wish I could do snow angels at a Duffy Sports Grill.
That'd be fun.
Ooh.
I wish, like, it doesn't snow out here. But if there was one place I could pick to do snow angels outside of, it would be that Duffy's on Clematis. Right there outside of it in front of the sign. I'll do like a little snow angel right there. Have you ever done a snow angel, Tina?
No.
Have you? I know you've done some, CK.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah. You grew up in upstate New York.
It was fun making the kind of micro igloos where the mailbox is. That's where the snow would collect from the snow plows that would go up and down the streets. And it would collect in the mailbox. You could dig a hole that goes out to the street on the other end and hang out in there.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. So it can make it like a tunnel almost.
Exactly. Like if you got 1 foot of snow, which is a lot of snow, it would turn into like 5 or 6 feet of snow at that corner.
Yep. See, those are things that we don't know. We don't understand as Southern kids that didn't grow up around snow. I have done a snow angel before. It's not all what it's worked up to be, honestly.
In the Drake and Josh movie, they made it a snow out of cheese. They took a big like, wood chipper.
Yeah.
And they fed cheese down it, and it rained like it was snow.
I wouldn't mind that.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, the Drake. You should watch it. It's a good movie.
That's disgusting. I don't want any part to do with that. Nickelodeon always disgusted me. I'll go on record as saying that. A lot of nasty stuff. They used to slime and all that. I didn't like that stuff.
I got slimed once.
You did?
Like at the Nickelodeon Hotel, yeah.
Really?
I won a game show there, and I got slimed.
And you never told us about this until
It's
now?
It's not casual conversation.
That's like getting knighted. Like the closest thing, like you go to Scotland.
Yeah, I got slimed. I was on a game show because I stayed at the hotel with a friend that I went with, and I was slimed.
Wow. What was it like? Was it disgusting?
like
Did they
slime.
shower you afterwards? Like
They don't shower me. They give me like towels. You're on a roll today, Theo.
How about I just tell you about the holiday season at Duffy Sports Grill? Because that means holiday features galore at a Duffy's. And they won't shower you there. They'll shower you with 2-for-1 drinks, though, all day, every day. And if you savor Duffy's limited time holiday menu, they got the new crab stuffed mushrooms.
What?
Seafood pasta, salmon Oscar, and mahi Oscar. Come on. Plus, you got the famous holiday drinks like Jack Apple New Fashioned, Peppermint Martini, and so much more. Now through New Year's Eve, Tina, check this out. Score a $20 MVP bonus for every $100 in Duffy's gift cards you purchase. So right after you do your fake snow angels, don't do any snow angels at a Duffy's right now. There's no snow on the ground. You're going to look stupid.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Just walk right in and become an angel to your family and friends when you buy them some Duffy Sports Grills gift cards, and you get $20 MVP bonuses for every $100 you spend.
There you go.
Win-win. Catch all of the big games as well in December over the 80 televisions at every single location. Duffy'sMVP.com. Find the nearest one closest to you. Duffy'sMVP.com. At Duffy's, our game is always on. I've been getting myself into a lot of trouble today. A lot of trouble.
Yeah, one time you land
inadvertently.
in South Florida,
Yeah,
you flew in
landed
from California.
Landed at like 10:20 a.m.
Quick turnaround.
Also, when I landed, one of the weirdest maneuvers I've seen. So I booked this flight extra late. I told y'all we were supposed to just go to Minneapolis. Some things came up with family. I had to shoot out to LA right afterwards. That was impromptu. So I booked my tickets late, and that meant I was at the back of the plane, like 37C, by the way. Didn't even get to sit next to my wife. She was like 36C right in front of me. As soon as the plane lands, and I'm talking about as we're trying to roll up to the tarmac, we're trying to still get to the gate, a lady that was in the seat adjacent to me, like right across the aisle, 37, let's call it D, she audibly says, "What the hell are we waiting for?" Gets up, picks a helmet up. She had a helmet between her legs. Picks a helmet out. I was like, "What are you doing?" It was a football helmet. Picks up this helmet out from between her legs, gets up and starts walking down the aisle. One of the most bold, I already think it's idiotic when as soon as you land, people start standing up.
I hate it.
From the back of the plane. I'm like, you're going to have to wait a long time. One of the boldest moves she's ever done. She left the people she was with. She was with 2 other people in her aisle. Got up, said, "What are we waiting for?" Starts walking down the aisle before we even get to the thing. The flight attendants are trying to wave her down. She's not having any of it. She makes it all the way to near the end. And by the time she does, there's 20 people in between her and her friends. So it's like, I was thoroughly confused by that move. And also, what was she doing with the football helmet? She was 50 plus years old.
Is that a first-time flyer, I guess?
Had to be a first-time flyer. And she was back there in the nosebleeds with me in the plane, thinking that she could just jump up. And then she made it seem like we were the idiots for just sitting around, watching her do the move. So
I want to know about the helmet.
I want to know about the helmet, too, because then there was a second helmet from one of the other people in their seats. And I'm like, why are y'all flying around with helmets? What's going on? Maybe it's Pee-wee football. Was there a game you had to fly to? A game you would have to fly? Yeah. So whoever that lady is, I hope you are a fan of Theoretically Speaking. Maybe you can clear it up for us. What the heck you were doing to that football helmet, and why you thought as soon as the plane landed, you can go 38 rows up and beat people to the exit. Didn't work out. That's C-Cat. That's Tina. More happy hour on the other side with Theoretically Speaking. We're talking Coach of the Year in the NFL on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Celebrate the most wonderful time of the year at the Gardens Mall. Santa is here for photos during all mall hours now through Christmas Eve. Reserve your spot at whereissanta.com. The Kids Corner Holiday Shop in Nordstrom Court is now open. Kids can pick out gifts for their favorite people with help from Santa's special helpers. Plus, enjoy festive decorations and holiday events throughout the mall. The Gardens Mall, just 1 mile east of I-95 on PGA Boulevard. Join us this holiday season and make magical memories with the whole family.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com. pbhnphysiciangroup.com to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Rubenstein Law. 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Car accident, truck accident, Uber or Lyft accident, or a slip and fall. Call Rubenstein Law. Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL and visit one of our offices throughout Florida.
Theo here. EDS is yes. You've heard me say that over and over. So I need you to keep this website in mind too. EDSIsYes.com. For the most trusted AC specialist here in Palm Beach County, EDSIsYes.com. For 24/7 support, EDS is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. There are so many reasons why EDS is yes when it comes to your air conditioning and plumbing. EDSIsYes.com. That's EDSIsYes.com.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
If you listen to this show, you already know that, well, champions, they are all over the flagship campus of Kaiser University in West Palm Beach, and that includes the defending champion and number one ranked in the nation, top flight in the world. That's the Kaiser football team, C-Cat.
On a roll.
The Seahawks host Georgetown College in the NAIA Football Championship Series this Saturday at 1. This weekend at 1 o'clock. Big football action here in West Palm Beach. The Kaiser Seahawks have won 22 national championships in addition to football, and the Seahawks are the back-to-back national champs in men's lacrosse and 3 straight in NAIA women's swimming and diving. Pull up and check the Seahawks out this weekend. Saturday, 1 o'clock kick against Georgetown College at home. 1 o'clock at the flagship campus of Kaiser University. Watch the best team in the nation play some ball and play their way into another national championship.
It's such an easy decision because the 1 o'clock and noon slate in like NCAA college football, it's not that good. It's Big 12 championship, MAC championship. You go, you watch the Kaiser Seahawks. You come home, you watch the SEC, you watch the ACC, and you watch the Big 10.
We just set your Saturday up for you, and we did it pro bono. Get the latest on Kaiser Seahawk athletics, KUSeahawks.com. That's KUSeahawks.com. It is going to be a travesty if Mike Tomlin goes his entire coaching career without winning the Coach of the Year award. He is like, it's not even up for argument at this point, one of the defining coaches of this generation. Like Mike Tomlin, Bill Belichick, Andy Reid. Those are the big three when it comes to coaches of our football generation. If we started in like in 2000 and go through today, is there anybody else that would enter that sphere of the big three of coaching in the NFL?
I kind of want to talk about Pete Carroll.
Ooh.
Kind of want to, because you said NFL.
Yeah.
Didn't
NFL,
just say football.
NFL.
Because Pete Carroll kind of gives you the college angle of that as well.
Yeah.
So the only name I would try to bump Mike Tomlin out for is Pete Carroll.
See, he's flirting in that arena as well. The difference is we've seen way more down years under Pete Carroll, or again, Mike Tomlin has the streak of never having a losing season despite quarterback play, and Tomlin's still doing it.
Yeah.
Tomlin also has a Super Bowl championship just like Pete Carroll has one. Maybe if Pete would have got that second one when he decided to throw the ball to Lockett instead of run it with beast mode, we would be having that conversation. But I think he lost his luster there.
And the fact is, like, they lost that Super Bowl because of a coaching decision.
Yeah. So. It was literally and Pete Carroll's an offensive guy. Or is he? I don't know, honestly. I don't want to cast that on him, but it was his decision. I will say this, too. Mike Tomlin, I mean, if he's able to win a Super Bowl with this version of Russell Wilson, I mean, he's definitely kicking Pete Carroll off that mountain. If we had to go Mount Rushmore, if we had to go 4, I would put Pete Carroll in that conversation right there.
Yeah, I think so. I bet there's a name we're forgetting right now we feel so stupid about.
I mean, Mike McCarthy.
He's always the butt of the joke.
I know, that's the problem. So he can't be Mount Rushmore.
Maybe within NFL circles, McCarthy is much more respected than the talking heads and the media and the football fans do.
Yeah.
But he's always the butt of the joke.
It's going to be hard. Sean McVay's going to enter that conversation. If he has to keep doing it, though. He has the one Super Bowl. He's a genius. He has the coaching tree.
Talk about that Mount Rushmore. If you go to top 10, both Harbaugh brothers. We'll see what happens with this version of the Chargers. But if this becomes a competent, repetitive playoff game winning team, watch out.
Harbaugh's going to be in there. Tomlin has the best case right now for Coach of the Year. What he's doing with the quarterback play, what he's doing with the Steelers, leading a division that nobody thought the Steelers had a chance in. He's your Coach of the Year. The other guy's going to have to wait their turn. Russo and Rizzo next here on ESPN 106.3. Go in love, go in peace, go enjoy.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121.